Hi, I'm Eddie with Access Property Management. Today we're talking about how to get a bad tenant out of my rental property. So here are a couple steps to start that process. I'm not an attorney, not giving legal advice. The first one is you can send them one of two notices. Demand for possession, non-payment of rent, kind of a pay and stay notice. Normally we would send that a few days after rent is due. If rent's due on the 1st, I want to send it, give them a few days, so somewhere between the 3rd day and the 7th day of the month. This gives them 7 days to pay rent. If they don't pay within 7 days, then you can file in court. So we'll go through this one. So we've now sent this out on, say, the 3rd day. We're day 10. Because 7 days to pay, send it out on the 3rd. They still haven't paid. We're going to send it over to the attorney. They're going to file for a court hearing. Depending on where you live, it could take anywhere from a week to 3 weeks later. Whether you're city or you're rural, could be longer. So if they pay before this, really the notice goes away. You got your money plus probably a late fee. Everything's good. Hopefully they pay on time next month. If not, we'll go to court. The judge will probably give them an additional 10 days. So from there, you kind of watch the house. Hopefully they, again, pay, because if they pay, they can stay. If they don't, then they should be out after 10 days. If they're not out after 10 days, you can go back to your attorney or the judge and get a writ. It's normally called a 3-day writ. Seems to be about a 5-day writ for us. Once the court officer posts the home, it'll give that tenant 3 days to then remove themselves from the property. You go back 3 days later. If they're still there, then you call the court officer. He'll show up. Hopefully you got a couple friends that'll help move these tenants out, move all their stuff to the curb. You could change the locks. Now, if we have a lease and the lease is either ended or the lease is a month to month, we can give them a notice to quit, termination of tenancy. That means after 30 days, we want them gone. We see this normally, we mail them out the last month of the lease if they're not going to renew. Sometimes if either they have a lease violation or something else happens, they go month to month and you don't want to do that anymore, then you would send a notice to quit, termination of tenancy. We would send this out, again, last day of the month. It's normally a 30-day notice or whatever that rental period is. So if you do a monthly rental, say it'd be 30 days. After that 30 days, they should be out. If they're not, then you go down here, you send all your information to the attorney, and they will file for a hearing, and you'll go through this process here. So essentially, this process is the same, but if you definitely want them gone, this is the form you send. If you want to give them a chance to pay up and still stay in the home, this is the form you'd send. There are certain things here that can skew if the tenant disputes something, or if the tenant says that the home wasn't kept up in good condition, then they can also ask for a trial. I don't suggest going to trial. It costs a lot of money. Attorneys win. You don't. Takes more time with that tenant in the house. Find a way to settle. Mediation, whatever it may be, have your attorney talk to them. The biggest thing is just send the form. It's a PDF. You can print it out online. You can fill it right out, print it, mail it, make sure you sign it. That's your legal obligation. Don't wait. Even if they say, hey, I'm going to pay you next week, send it today. They'll get it. Hopefully they pay, and if they do, you tear it up. No big deal. But if you wait and then you send it, then you're adding an additional 7 days to this process. The end goal is to get them out. It's not always to collect that $1,000. Yes, we would love it, but the end goal is to get your property back. Keep that in the back of your mind. So again, how do I get a bad tenant out? Send the notice. Thanks for watching this video.